All right, guys. Hey, ciao. My name is Yun, or you can call me by Yellow Unicorn, and I've been such a huge fan of the Guidis as a brand and as shoes, and I definitely went through a moment where I was going through a lot of decision moments on whether to really fire the trigger or not, and I wanted to make this video for y'all just so you can just have a more clear idea before really spending a lot of money on these shoes. So, just to make it really easy for myself, I am just gonna show a lot of B-rolls of the shoe just so you can see the product itself. But right off the bat, I want to mention that for sizing, um, it's a little bit of a asterisk, but I would say go true to size. But if you are on the wider side, I do recommend going a size up. The situation with me is that I thought it was first to shoe, but for me, my left foot is a little bit wider. I think when I get it measured, it's considered like not fully wide, but like half wide. And I did feel wearing these shoes on the left side, at least just for my left foot, it was hanging out a little bit on the pinky area. So, but with these shoes, I got the black Superfeet insoles, and I've used them before my other boots. And once that fit in, it fits pretty good. I would still recommend going checking the Guidi website to see the specific model and what they recommend for size. So for this Guidi ZO08V, V stands for Vibram. On their website, it did recommend true to size. Yeah, I think true to size was the right move for me because I think if I did go a size up, it would have been a little bit too long, and the insoles might have helped. But yes, it's a little weird because I do have, I think, the Guidi 995 and says it fits one size smaller, but I also went true to size, and that's 41 for me, and those really fit like a perfect snug. But I really do think that these shoes, since at least the ones that are horse leather, they do break in really nicely. So yeah. So some of the B rolls I'll be showing are when I think had them around the 6 month, 8 month period. Definitely not super high active use, but when I do wear these shoes, I do wear them. I'll wear them for just basic walking. I've worn them to golf and for golfing practices. Recently, I just came back from a 6 week travel in Asia, and I was specifically in Tokyo and Seoul, so a lot of walking. But I was wearing my Guidi's, the zoo, these boots for majority of the time. I've also taken them to water bomb, and there's just like a festival where they spray a lot of water, and these held up really really well. Um, but yeah, I think immediately off the bat, I know when I was going through a lot of Guidi review videos, I was honestly a little tired of seeing people's faces. I just wanted to see the shoe and how the horse leather looked and the exact details of it. So I kind of wanted to give back in a sense of where there were very, very useful videos and fashion reviewers that were kind of that did help make my decision on kind of firing a trigger for these. So right now here you see in the video where I'm getting the insoles, and I also do think the sizing do matter, but I think also how the insoles are laid out matters. Here you can see I think it's called Blake stitched, but I've noticed that my other, like the 999 995 boots, they have the nails in the heel area, and it's like one whole leather sole, and I really no issue with that. So I do think the zoo boots with the vibrant soles are definitely a little narrower. I can't really fully say that with confidence, but I do think they're a little bit more on the narrower side. So if you do have narrow feet, I think going true to size is your best bet. If you are a little bit on the wider side, or you don't like your leather boots too tight, I would just definitely recommend the size up. I know sizing was kind of a big variability because there are reviews that says, since they are object dyed, it will like shrink, so you always just want to go size up. But I do think like it's gotten better over the years. Better as in, I think as Guidi has gotten a little bit more popular, and just they're, after they start developing shoes instead of just supplying the leather, I think they've gotten a lot more accurate in their shapes. But I do know that they are coming out with newer silhouettes and such. So yeah, I'll have more B-rolls later on the where how it looks now when it's really dirty and after I clean them as well. But you can see them on feet. They're cozy. They're not the most comfortable shoes. They've gotten more comfortable as I've worn them more and more. But um, obviously these look just fantastic if you are interested in Greedy's. You're at least for me, I wasn't really interested in the front sit, but I was just really interested in the horse leather, the way that it creases, because really each crease is dependent on how you walk, and so the shoe really does form to your feet and kind of adds that character of how you're wearing it. So I do really love how they are aging. I really wish I took some more videos when I first got them, but I think I was just so excited and gotten them, and I definitely went on a greedy spree of just getting other shoes along with it. So yeah, the Vibram sole with these, I think it's like called a V Light. I'm not too sure, but they're the shoe itself is incredibly light. It's sometimes light as some of my other sneakers, even though it has a lot more leather. The soles are very light. The zippers, I guess from seeing all the other videos, it uses Excella and it's considered one of the best. I mean, I had no issues with the zipper so far. Pretty comfortable, easy to take in and out, and I think that's really why these are one of the first shoe I decided on, just because, oh, okay, they are very easy to put on, and it will show the leather creases, and it's a little bit more convenient than some of the other greedies I have where I have to lace for like 2 minutes. But I mean, that's the price of fashion, right? So yeah, you can see here where um, just walking in them, I have no discomfort with it. Oh, I think one thing I will also mention is I do wear sometimes like white socks, since they are object dyed, and if your feet is sweating, the black dye will um, bleed over. Yeah, sorry. I think I was like recording outside, and then there was like a wasp, so I like dipped the fuck out. So But yeah, so these are the boots. Yeah, these I think were after I think I took them golfing. The next following video is I think took him to some sort of outdoor area, but I just recall it was just muddy, so the shoes just got really muddy. Here it's just very dusty. You could tell. Um, but yeah, so as you can tell, I definitely do try to beat, or not beat my shoes up, but I do definitely still try to like wear them as much as possible. There was a moment where I really got into leather shoe care, so I do have all the cleaning products. So you can see it being pretty muddied up. I did a really quick cleaning job, so you can see it wasn't like the best job, but you can still see, okay, it's a lot cleaner than it being completely covered in just mud. The soles are still a little dirty, but I cleaned them up a little later on. So yeah, so if you do have any leather care stuff, they easily will clean it. So the next two last B-roll shots are gonna be with flash and flash off. But this is how my Guidis look now after the 6 weeks in Asia. I think I was walking around 5 to 10 kilometers a day. definitely had a heavy use. I mentioned that I brought them to the Water Bomb Festival, which was a festival where they just people spray water guns at each other during the concert. They spray a lot of water. I've I forgot what spray I used to make it water repellent. So, but it kept my feet dry. Honestly, the most of the festival until like the very end where we started trolling and we had like literally like 20 people shoot their water guns at us, and the water from my body literally just dripped down and flooded my shoes. But yeah, I dried it for a day or two, and then the leather was definitely no stiffer after it was wet and dry. But after wearing it for another day, it was completely fine again. The leather was very supple. But yeah, you can see just a lot of mini scratches and scruffs of honestly it just like I use my like shoes or legs like to kick open doors sometimes when I'm like at the airport with like my hands full, or usually these scrapes are just me being clumsy and the scraping against the asphalt. But yeah, so this was kind of like my first initial pass of how I wanted to show y'all these shoes. They're I bought them last July, so had them officially now for a year. You can see the sole condition and see the shoe itself. And I definitely apologize in advance if some audio is a little off. But yeah, thanks for watching.